Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, unfortunately, we do have some tragic news based on the crew member from a Viking cruise ship. Also, we have recently an incident that happened on the Carnival Pride where everyone was told to get back to the ship early. And I want to talk about it because a lot of people don't know what some of the signs mean to get back to the ship on time. First off, we have some very sad news in Scotland as a crew member of the Viking Sun. Hi everybody, sorry it's Editing Dawn here from the future. I said it's the Viking Sun, it's the Viking Mars cruise ship, the Viking Mars. Had fallen to the decks below and was rushed to hospital, but unfortunately succumbed to his injuries. Now the crisis team on board the Viking Sun is working with not only contacting the family of the person involved, but they're also, friends aboard the ship. Crew members become very, very close-knit families while on board ships, and something like this can really strike home. It does not appear to be anything along the lines of intentional. It seems like it's a workplace accident that happened, and I'm sure there'll be a complete investigation launched into what happened, how did it happen, were there some, were some safety things skipped, did the person do something they weren't supposed to do, but they take this kind of thing very seriously, and no one likes to see any kind of workplace accident, let alone one that ends in tragedy like this. So again, condolences go out to the friends of the crew member and the family on the Viking Sun. Yeah, not a good way to a story. Unfortunately, it happens everywhere at work. Wherever you do, things can happen, right? Whether even if you're a taxi driver, fellow taxi drivers get in accidents they don't walk away from. So, and again, cruise ships are no different. There's a lot of places on a cruise ship to get hurt. And that's why safety is always a top priority for crew members. So I will check out the investigation once it's complete and the reports are in. Now, another thing that happened on the Carnival Pride, they were in dock and they were supposed to leave around 7 p.m. But during the day, a severe weather pattern started to emerge and head towards the port. Now, if the weather hit while they were in port, they might not be able to leave. And if it lasts for a day or 2 days, they may not be able to leave port. It might be too windy, too dangerous to pull away from dock. So they started sending out messages for everybody to be back on the ship no later than 5 p.m. And they do this in a variety of ways. If you've registered your phone with the cruise line, they will send you text messages. They will try and call you if you don't answer and respond to the text message or don't show up on the ship. However, if you have your phone on flight mode because you're in a different country, you might not get these messages as well. Also, they will send it out to email. They will contact all the suppliers out there that are doing shore excursions. If you're based on a shore excursion from the cruise line, obviously they are the first ones to get contacted. But they also contact local distributors and local tour agents that run tours from the dock. They will walk out and they will tell people, and they will reach out by walkie-talkie or cell phones to their drivers and try and get people back. One last ditch effort that they always do and they always attempt to do is to blow the horn to tell people to get back to the ship. So here's one that a lot of people don't know. They just say, oh, they're just saying hi to another ship, or they're just testing their horn. The only horn they test and bells they test while in a cruise port dock is to test the 7 dots 1 dash signal for the everybody head to your life stations. That's the only one they will run tests on as far as a alarm bell is concerned on the deck, and that's not the big horn. So if you're in a port and you're just out there shopping, and all of a sudden your cruise ship starts to hit its horn every 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so, that's a sign for you to get back to the cruise ship. Something has happened and the cruise ship had to leave. Tony and I experienced this when we were in Japan. We were actually in Disneyland Shanghai. Sorry, we were in China at this point, heading to Japan. We were in Shanghai. We were staying at the Disneyland Hotel there. And all of a sudden, on our phone, we got our text messages to get to the ship early because there was a typhoon heading in our direction. So we ended up leaving the port early and outrunning the typhoon to get to Japan as it crossed paths in front of us this way. So luckily we were able to do that. Otherwise we would have been left in port if the ship had to leave at a certain time to avoid that typhoon. And they will leave in that case. So there's a warning out there. It's not only if you are late back to the ship, but there's a chance the ship may end up having to leave if there's some sort of emergency that they have to set sail early. Now, yeah, it begs the question after that, who's responsible to get you to the next port and back on the ship or home? Will the cruise line do it if you miss the ship? Is that on your own? Is that an insurance thing? I've never experienced missing it personally myself. So it's a question I'm going to bring up at my next training seminar, which is coming up in October with the cruise lines. And so I will bring that up and say, hey, if a ship emergency had to leave and you didn't get a note, you were sent out notifications, but you didn't get it in time, you didn't get back to the ship and the ship had to leave. First of all, will they leave without you if they know you're still ashore? If they're leaving earlier than planned, probably. If it's an endangerment to the ship possibility, yes. The big question, of course, is who's responsible and who has to cover that charge? That's a good question. I never even thought of that one until this story broke. So I'll let you know as soon as I find out that stuff. But again, if you're in port and you hear that noise, the horn sounding from your cruise ship, drop what you're doing and get back to your cruise ship. That means the ship is getting ready to leave. And again, condolences go out to the friends and family of the crew member on the Viking Sun. Well, I hope you appreciate this update. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. So, question for you. Do you think if I showed this video to the Days Inn that maybe they'd sponsor like a free hotel? No, they're yeah, no.